city of Sion, Switzerland. It's a beautiful little city, which I had never heard of until 2 days ago when I was looking for a place to go in Switzerland. So here I am. It's about a 3.5-hour bus/train ride from Annecy. And I'm going to see some of the sights here, starting with Chateau de Tourbillon, which is a big old castle. So it should be an interesting city to explore. This place is already amazing. I've only been here for like 20 minutes. Wow, this is incredible. This is Chateau Tourbillon. It was built in the 1300s by the bishop at the time. It was ruined and rebuilt twice, once in the 1400s and once in the 1700s. Then was in disrepair until the 1960s when they decided to restore it. This is obviously the cistern where they would get their drinking water. It was just rainwater. They had a nice view when they were getting their water. Chateau de Tourbillon was amazing, and I got really lucky because today is November 15th and it's the last day they're giving tours for the season, and I was the only one on the tour, so I had basically a private tour. The view from the tower was the highlight of it. You see over the whole valley below, the whole city. It was amazing, and it was very informative. The host was very good. Really enjoyed it. I want to see what else there is to see in Sion. So we're now headed up to Chateau Valère, I think that's how you say it, which was the other castle on that other hill that I saw from Chateau de Tourbillon. There's no way to get there just going across. You have to walk down and walk back up. So I'm walking back up now. This place looks even more amazing. So yeah, can't wait to see that. This is the chapel. It's a separate building. I'm now inside the castle walls. So Chateau de Valère is really more of just a basilica, big church, where the archdiocese used to live, the important people in the archdiocese. It's actually got tours also, but the next tour doesn't start for an hour. I don't feel like waiting an hour, so I'm going to go see other things. This is the Majoli. It used to be a castle, but now it's an art museum. This is an old archaeological site. It was an old church that was built between 400 and 450 CE, which is pretty amazing when you think about it. That is very ancient. It's now covered up to protect it, and it was abandoned in approximately the 9th or 10th century. It's amazing. There are graves here from the 5th and 6th century. 6th and 7th century. Wow. This is the Sion Hotel de Ville, or the town hall. That's just creepy. And that's the Palace of Justice. This is called the Sorcerer's Tower. It's actually the last piece of the wall that used to surround Sion. It was built in the 14th century. Later on, these Sorcerer's Towers were used for witch trials. So that's interesting. The dinner that I had was very good. The pasta with shrimp and had some vegetables in it. It's just called the chef's pasta. I'm not exactly sure what was in it. It had some kind of cheese sauce. It was very good. The woman who cooked it was also the server. I think she's the owner and basically a one-woman show. So she did a good job. The only complaint I have is I got a green salad, which cost me 7 francs. And it was basically lettuce with some dressing on it. So I wasn't too thrilled with that, but the actual main meal was good. I would definitely recommend that place. It has a very small menu though, and it's all pasta, so you have to like pasta. But I really enjoyed it. That beer that I just had at the track bar was okay. It was an amber, which I thought I would really like, but it was a little strong. Didn't really like it that much. I did get a can of their bitter beer to bring back to the Airbnb, so we'll see how that is. Hopefully it's good. I really liked Sion. It was beautiful. And if you're ever in the Geneva area, it's about a 2-hour train ride from Geneva. Probably even less from Interlaken if you're in Interlaken. I would suggest coming here. It's beautiful. And you can do it in half a day. 2 castles were the main thing. And then there was some other stuff to see too. Very beautiful town, surrounded by mountains. Really enjoyed it. This is the other beer I got from the track bar. So let's see how it tastes. It's good. Better than the one I had at the bar. What a beautiful hotel. Good morning. The plan today was to go to Lausanne, Switzerland, to see some cool stuff there. But I stopped on the way in this town I'm in right now, which is Montreux, because there's a couple of really cool things I want to see while I'm here. It's right on Lake Geneva, which I'll show you right now. How amazing is this? This is the first cool thing I wanted to see. They have a statue of Freddie Mercury. How awesome is that? These ducks don't know how good they have it. What an amazing place. Those beautiful fall colors. And that cool highway. And there's the second cool thing I came to see in Montreux. Chateau de Sion. If you know me, you know I love castles. This is actually built on a natural island. So this used to be a drawbridge, but now it's obviously not. They don't need to be a drawbridge anymore. And it was also guarded, the entrance was guarded by this huge gate. Look inside here in this castle. This is impressive. This actually reminds me of Winterfell. It looks like the inside of Winterfell. There's a model of the castle. It was originally built in the 12th century. Wow. Here's the view out one of the storehouse windows in the castle. And this is the room where they used to dole out the punishment. Although they said that wasn't until the 16th century. But it's also a room where they could escape if there was an attack. This is the castle prison. And on the back wall here, there's a sketch from the 15th century. It's a religious sketch. They're not sure who did it, but they think it was one of the prisoners. This is obviously the dining room. These columns are original from the 13th century. Wood columns. These people must have been really small, because there's no way I would fit on this bed. This is the ring of St. Maurice. It's actually passed down to all the counts of Savoy, starting in 1250. It's a symbol of their power. It's like the precious. And this is the privy. And you can see pretty much drops down in the lake. There's pigeons living in there now. You hear them. This is the view out one of the towers. There's the city of Montreux. This highway is just an engineering marvel, personally. This is the Count or Duke, depending on who was leading at the time. This is their private chapel. There's a spiral staircase that leads down to this chapel from the Count or Duke's bedroom. The staircase was built in 1366. This is their banquet hall. Again, those columns are original from the 13th century, and so are those windows. This is another one of the courtyards in the castle. This was used to defend the castle. Those look comfortable. I feel like Ned Stark looking down over the courtyard at Winterfell. Hopefully I won't befall the same fate as him, though. I'm at the highest point you can go in the castle. The top of the tower. See the ceiling. I thought Chillon Castle, or Chateau de Chillon, was amazing. One of the best castles I've been in. You can go pretty much everywhere in the castle. It's so awesome. I really enjoyed it. I would highly recommend coming here if you're in the Geneva/Lausanne area. The other cool thing about this castle is they give you a pamphlet at the beginning and everything is numbered. So you basically just start at number 1 and go to number 46. It takes about an hour and a half, 2 hours. It's really, really interesting. The walk from the train station to Chateau de Sion is stunningly beautiful. I mean, look at this. You walk along the lake the whole time. It'd be better without the clouds, but it's still amazingly beautiful. So that lunch I had in Montreux was excellent. And it was only 19 francs, which is actually dirt cheap for Switzerland. Thought that was a great deal. I would definitely go back there. It was delicious. Now I'm in Lausanne. I took the train from Montreux. It was about a 20-minute train ride. Checked this place out for a couple hours. And then I'm flying out to London tonight. This is one hilly city. I'm walking uphill since I got here. famous ancient stairway. I think it's been remade a couple times, but it's one of the famous things here in Lausanne. You need to be in shape when you come to this town. A lot of uphill and stairs. It's very European. This thing is gigantic. One of the biggest cathedrals I've seen. These spots of sunlight come out on the lake. That is so amazing. That's where I'm going. Savo Belon. The plan is to go up there. It took me forever to get here because one of the paths to get here was being worked on, so you couldn't walk on it, so I had to trudge through the woods to get over here. Hopefully this is worth it. 147 steps to get up here, if I counted right. I think it was definitely worth it. There's the cathedral. Let's see how far I've come. The other cool thing about this tower is there's two different spiral staircases, one to go up and one to come down. So you go up one and then you come down a different one. I really enjoyed Montreux and Lausanne. They're both very close to Geneva and you can see them both in one day. And they're beautiful towns. Highly recommend that you go see both of them.